Hey everybody, greetings from Germany. I'm terribly sorry that we couldn't play with Blue Alley. I'm Norbert, I'm the guitarist of Blue Alley, but sometimes shit happens. We would have loved to play for you and to get some exposure. But what I would like to tell you is what the situation is like for us musicians over here in Germany. If anybody would have told me some months ago and at the beginning of the year that there will be a time where we have no gigs, where the venues are closed and so on and so forth, I would not have believed that person. Anyway, we have had some gigs recently, and these gigs were all outdoor gigs because most of the venues don't have any gigs anymore because there's a limitation of capacity. A venue that usually had 100 people there, for the audience, they are now allowed to have like 25 or 30. And you all can imagine how much money the bar owner or the owner of the venue will have in the pocket at the end. Not to speak about the musicians. That means that if you have a chance to play somewhere and you can play outside in a beer garden or at some kind of recreation area, most of the cases there's no fixed payment. And it is like having a hat going around and people throwing money. Fortunately, people in the audience understand the situation of musicians and are quite generous when they give money. The big events have all been cancelled, and you may have heard that in some European countries, like in France or Austria, the numbers of new infections have gone up again. So we are expecting something like this in Germany as well. Maybe not as drastic, but maybe it will rise again. So the big events have all been cancelled. That means the business in general is basically non-existing anymore. All these people who rent out PAs don't have anything where they can rent their equipment to. The companies that do the stage rigging and the transportation of the equipment, they all have nothing to do, and luckily some of them could file for what we call Kurzarbeitergeld, which is some support money from the state. They don't have to be fired from the company, but they only pay 1/3 or whatever, and the rest is paid for by the state. Same with health insurance and so on and so on. Nobody has to worry about that. It will be compensated. Then all the catering companies that catered for events, nothing to do. So what we can do is, or what is left for us to do, is do all the small gigs, outdoor gigs. And now, since the winter is just around the corner, we think the winter will be a time where we have to relax and have nothing to play. So we are planning to do more into the video thing and record songs, new songs, and to do some videotaping for that. But that's something that doesn't bring that big amount of money. So we have to think about what else we will do. Some of my friends, they sell CDs, children's CDs. They do lessons, online lessons, which do not really bring money, and so it's kind of like a domino effect. Yesterday I went to a music store in a place nearby Paderborn, and they told me that they had a loss of 50% of turnover, because if you don't earn any money, you can't buy anything. And you will see on eBay a lot of musicians try to sell their overstock, so to speak, just to survive. And so it's like an avalanche effect that's going right through the business. And everybody expects this to be like the situation to stay like this until mostly or probably until the mid of next year. Luckily, none of my friends, especially from the music business, died from COVID-19. You hardly hear any reports, because the infection rate in Germany was and is still relatively low. Nothing in comparison to the USA and the UK and France. So here in Germany, people apply to the rules. They wear masks wherever possible. They don't cramp in venues without masks. And when you go on public transport, you wear masks, and so on and so forth. Social distancing is something that is obeyed here. The place we played last weekend, they had the tables and the chairs separated 1.5 yards, 1.5 meters away from each other. Only families could, or people who live together anyway, they could stay at one table. So it's very strict, but in our county, which is about 150,000 people, we don't have many new infections. The new infection rate per day is between 3, 4 and 5 infections, and the population is, as I said, 150,000. So that's quite good, and we hope it stays like that. The longer or the more infections we have, the longer this situation will stay. So I hope things will be better by mid or beginning of next year, when a vaccine is there. And I hope you all stay healthy, and don't believe in that bullshit. Some people say that you can go without mask and the virus won't hurt you and whatever. It is plain bullshit. Stay away from big crowds, use your masks, social distancing, and try to survive until the vaccine is there. And if you live in the USA, go vote. We will have an election this weekend, but it's only regional election, and they also have measures like staying apart and so on and so forth. So again, I'm terribly sorry we couldn't play. I wish you all the best, and I will listen to as many acts that will be online at the Passport Fest, and I hope there will be another event like this, and please count us in. Okay, have great fun with playing and with listening to all of you. We are all one big family, and we all have to go through this as one family, and take care of everybody to the right and to the left. Have a great day. Bye-bye.